I will start recording. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Musallam is upside down. So, okay, good. So please do not open your camera, please, please, please.
Yes.
Yeah. Two in Egypt. Okay, good. So, so now you're recording. I'll also, connect.
Sure.
This, be very funny session because of the cameras opening up. Okay. So do one thing, Rishab. I think you can pin my video, right?
Yes.
Or spotlight or something, so
Nice.
that
1 second. There are a lot of videos. I think I can spotlight it for everyone.
yeah. Okay. Okay, great. Thank you, Rishab. So
Yes.
now I'll just go and connect with the. Okay, Rishab, just give me back the the host, right, please.
I think I made you co-host, so you should have all the rights. Can you check?
No, no, it's one. There's one missing, one part missing. I need that.
Sure. 1 second.
Muhammad Al-Hattali, please close your video. Do not open your video.
1 second.
Okay. Okay, good. So let me do this. Just give me just a few minutes. Okay. So that you guys could see the, the session next time, from another channel, like a recorded channel.
Oh, I had one more question. Could you all just put in your ages into the chat? I mean, if yeah, it would help give me an idea what like the average age of the group is.
Okay.
Okay,
We
that's
just,
pretty good.
I'm connecting it with recording. Just give us a minute.
Wow, Anas years completed 100 years. Congratulations.
Okay. So I hope this is recording. Okay. Anyway, so get back. So Rishab, I think it's recording, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's recorded. Okay. And you have the co-host, right?
No, actually,
I'll give you co-host better.
that would help.
So Rishad asked if you just let us know your age. So we have 11, 9, 12 years. Yusuf, please, we should not use this language here. Okay. Please, because we already have your age in your form. So Yusuf Zahabi, please, don't use this language, in our classes. Hussein 18, Ryan 11, 16, 12, 13, 10, 9, 12, okay.
So one more thing. There's another Rishabh Java that's like the screen I'm using for writing. Could you make that a co-host as well?
Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
So, Nasser, please also, this is also, we do not like, these kind of languages, please, I'm different than Rishab. I'm the organizer. So we are organizing this. Rishab is a teacher. So he might not have all the information. So that's why he asked. So please.
Yeah, guys, it was just for me to have an idea, because some
Yeah.
things will be difficult for some of you all, will be easy for the others. So, yeah, just for the content.
Okay.
1 second.
I could not see Rishab.
I've sent you a message from that place, so you know.
It's your name, or you use another name.
No, same name, Rishabh Java. So there are two of them.
I could not see this to be honest.
Oh, I sent you a message from that ID, from that. This is where.
Because we have big number. I could not see that.
Oh, can you just make like?
Okay, okay. Select. Okay, sorry. So where is it? Are you sure? Okay. So this is okay. I'll give you also co-host.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start.
Yes.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Welcome to our session today. And before we start, I would like to clarify one thing. This program is fully in English, so because our current instructor speak English, so if you feel that you cannot cope up with the with the session because it's in English, I would recommend that you wait for other classes where we could have also the Arabic some Arabic workshop as well. But as for the next sessions with Rishab, they will all be in English. Okay. Okay, and of course, my name is Faisal Al-Balushi. I'm from Sultanate of Oman. I'm chairman for the Omani Society for Education Technology. So my job is that I'm in the field of education and also technology. So I help teachers, I have students, I have also parents to use technology in teaching and learning, help students to use technology, in their learning, or even for their creative use. And this summer camp was intended to be a STEM summer camp for students mainly in Oman or UAE. But then we got interest from different countries, different students from different countries. So we decided that we will make it an international international summer camp. So that you guys usually have summer camps at this time, but because of closure of schools and everything, now everybody's stuck at home, or you cannot go to these summer camps. So we decided to have it as online summer camp, and we bring a lot of interesting topics, interesting speakers to this summer camp. Okay. To start with, after this, I mentioned, like, for those who were even before the start of the session, that we have students from different countries. So we have students from Oman, we have students from UAE, Qatar, Egypt, Jordan, Sudan. We have also a big number of students from UK. We have students from Australia, some from Canada, USA, and other countries. So this is it's an international summer camp. So you get to know each other. Get to know students from different countries as well in this. Okay. Okay, Abdullah, you can leave. Okay, so we have different students from different countries. So and to get to the program. Okay, so the program is if you see the ad, or your parents saw that, it was STEM. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, math. But now we change it into STEAM. So it's science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. So art, I will explain. So what are we going to take? So is it only going to be about robotics or just science? No, we are adding more and more programs. So I'll give you just an idea. So you have some sessions with Rishab. Rishab is with you today. So no, Muhammad, Rishab is not my son. Okay. So I will explain, and I will introduce Rishab. Art as a designing, yes, of course, not, as a designing. So I'll share, with you my screen, and we will go, I will explain about the program. So as a start, we will do our discussions and all our information, like you guys, because now you're joining in Zoom today, but we don't want you to just come in for one class or just for specific 1 2 hours and leave. We are gonna send you an email. If you would like to join, we have special social platform, like social media platform. This is for school students, and you will get a code to enter this program's group, where you can get all the information, you can get to know each other, you could share like your work, and also we will send you here in this website, we'll send you link to different courses that you can attend, so other than just robotics and STEM. And that's one thing. Then okay, I'll open the chat because might be a question. Okay, just leave the question for after I explain, please. So, and then we're also gonna have some design, like some creative media, interactive media courses. Like we're gonna have one course on augmented reality. So you could design augmented reality rather than using it. Then also we're gonna teach you how to design, augmented reality on cubes. So this is all, you can create this cube, and then you can design augmented reality. And we'll explain later on what is augmented reality in the next sessions. Okay, let me lower this. Okay, you can also will have classes on virtual reality. So this where you're gonna learn how to design virtual reality, and don't be afraid. You don't need any coding. You don't need any specific like skills. We will help you and go through with you. You can design a virtual reality with us. Okay. Um, okay. I'm sorry, but I think we will have to remove some students because we're getting. I mean, I kept telling you that have to be very careful. Just listen. Just don't start drawing yet. It's not time for playing around. Okay. And this is in a virtual reality. So the glass you wear, the content inside. So this class will be for you guys to learn how to design virtual reality. Okay. And also we will have classes by somebody from companies like Adobe, where you learn about different design, like video design, graphic design, even post, like social media post design, you will learn. Okay. And also there will be some contribution from companies like Adobe, Apple coming in, also providing some courses with us in this summer camp. And finally, there will also be some courses for people like, um, yes, Hamza, we will be using Blender. So, okay. Okay, I think we will stop for a while. Okay, we'll just, we're having difficulty with some student. I think we'll have to remove some student from the summer camp. Sorry, just give us a few minutes. Rishab?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Could you just remove the students that were doing,
Yeah, annotation.
interrupting? Yeah,
Yes,
just
sir.
remove them, please.
Yes, sir. Give me a second.
Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe we can continue now. I don't think they will do that.
Okay. So this is basically, sorry. So this is basically, as explained, that this program is bigger than just few classes, and and we could not put everything here, because not everybody wouldn't be interested about everything. So we will announce in Go Bubble channel. If you follow, then you will get announcement there, and you can register if you're interested in certain courses. And also there will be coding courses as well if you're interested. um, Okay. And we need to buy good. No, Mariam, you don't need to buy a VR set. So I will, in the VR classes, we will explain that VR does not always require like you have that glasses. You can have VR in computer. You can design VR for glasses, but to design that, you just need a computer. You don't need that. And yeah, it will be announced in GoBubble as we because these are different instructors, so we will see their timing and also find out like good timing for for all the students to join in. We don't want to you know um, have it for one time zone. We would like to find a good timing as well. Okay. Do we need to download GoBubble? You don't need to download. It's a web-based. It's a website. So just use that. I will email you all everything. Everything will be in the email.
I
Okay.
think, Nasser, we might not need a Google Classroom as we're using GoBubble. So everything that Google Classroom would provide would be available on GoBubble.
Yeah. So now I will I will see your question in the chat. I will answer them, but now I will leave it to Rishab. So Rishab will be leading the robotic STEM sessions. Rishab gonna explain and gonna talk about himself and why we selected Rishab as instructor for this program. Rishab,
Yeah.
please.
Thank you for getting us started, Mr. Balishi. Sorry. Firstly, thank you to everyone who's joined this session. I think we've got a lot of participation, 165 participants today. So really happy to have all of you all here. Now, I'll start by sharing my screen and just take you over a few slides of me talking about myself and like the projects I worked on. So if y'all were part of the introductory session that we had, I think 2 weeks ago, so welcome back. And if y'all are new here, then I'll just quickly go over a little bit about myself before we actually dive into the class. So today's class, as it is the very first session, I will start by talking about the series as well. And as we were told just now, this is the STEAM track. So we're going to be talking about electronics and robotics in these classes. And okay, give me a second. Let me disable your annotations. Yep. Okay. And there. Okay. Now, if there is something you would like to draw, you all can let me know in the chat and I will let you annotate. Okay. But until then, let's get started. Actually, I will let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm Rishabh Java. I'm 17 years old, and I know I'm pretty young, but I had started making things when I was at the age of 7. So I'd seen this Hindi movie on robots, and I basically wanted my own robot ever since. And I started by learning about Lego Mindstorms. Spent I think 6 years teaching myself how to build simple robots with it, and building simple robots with it, programming, building the whole programming logic. And when I turned 13, I learned about electronics, started building my own circuits and programming microcontrollers, 3D printing, and doing all of that. And from that age onwards, I've been building projects with a purpose. So show you all a few projects. Basically, first project I had worked on was this thing on the right. It's a prosthetic arm. Yeah, this thing here. No, this is me drawing. So this is a mind and voice control prosthetic arm. This is for the people that do not have their forearm. So like conventional prosthetics, they can cost you anything between like $1,000 to like $100,000. But this is like a $30 replacement, 3D printed, and you could connect your phone to it and speak in voice commands to control the hand, or use your brainwaves to control it directly. Now, yeah, so this is something that was developed quite a lot. Actually, tried testing it with like a doctor in India, and basically what I would do at this age was I would build projects, present them at competitions, try and win some resources or some money, and use that to build more projects. So I started with the prosthetic arm, then got some funding and used that to build this thing on the left. So this the thing on, I think, will be, yeah, on your left is called Ferb. He's a 6 feet tall, completely 3D printed humanoid robot. So the whole childhood ambition of wanting to build a robot. uh, It was basically me building on that, and actually, um, one second. Yeah, that was me basically building on that. And so I spent a year building him. One project I was super proud about. Okay, now I have to write and draw to explain things to you all. So I have two devices, and that's why I need to keep annotation on. But I can't see your names when you're annotating. So I request you all, as out of respect, to not annotate, as it wastes everyone's time, right? So coming back, this was basically the robot. His name was Ferb. He was 6 feet tall, and he was built to replace humans in life-threatening rescue operations, and completely 3D printed. I've got his head behind me here, and yeah, I've got his head behind me here. And Ali, could you please not annotate? Thank you. Yeah, so I've got his head behind me here, and after this, I also built a lot of virtual presence robots like the one you see in the middle, and building on these things. If building things, going to competitions. Now I've started actually. I've gotten into this whole entrepreneurship thing, and oh wow, guys, Salim, can you not annotate? Quite a distraction. Yeah. So yeah. And right now, I run the world's first mind control gaming company. It's called MindRun, and we make games that you can play with your mind. So I've been, yes. Apart from that, I also run this series of classes. So now I give you a little bit of background. These classes actually were, and I've also conducted workshops in like India, in Singapore, and a lot of them in UAE as well. So I have a lot of background in teaching. I know it's something that I enjoy doing. So this time in March, I had started these series of classes in UAE called the MiO STEAM classes. And right now we're on our 12th session in UAE, and we've got like pretty good participation, 120 participants attending the workshops there. And, I found Mr. Faisal on LinkedIn, and I discussed the whole idea of starting these in Oman, and the Omani society, they really encouraged it, and they supported me in getting in starting this. So starting this with y'all, and they're providing all of this, I think, and it's completely free to all of y'all. So it's just for y'all to learn and make this summer that, we're all locked down, we're sitting at home, to make this summer more productive for all of us. Okay, so that's the basic idea behind the classes. We all know how important STEAM is for us, not just in school, but also in life in general. The best occupations, the best jobs in the world right now are taken up by STEAM professionals. And even in the non-STEAM related jobs, like all the commerce related jobs, people know that it's important to, learn about STEAM. Okay, so, and I'm happy to see you all here, and I think you'll realize that, and that's why you're a part of this session. Now, before I go on, just need to confirm, all of you all can hear me clearly, right? Loud and clear? Yes? Okay, good. Now, a few housekeeping rules. All of you all will keep your videos closed, please. And I can see your names. Everyone can see your names while you're annotating. So for your, out of, respect for the people in the workshop and for everyone's time and for me, please do not annotate, okay? I will have to remove you from the class if after a warning if I see you annotating. Right? Now, let's start with a breakdown of the series. Now, the whole series, the STEM series, like I said, in the UAE, it's on its 12th session. But with this series, it's going to be broken down into 2 sessions. The first session is going to be about robotics, and it is going to consist of 9 lessons spread out across 9 weeks. Each session is going to be 2 hours each. The first 3 sessions are going to be us talking about electronics and the basic components. Next 3 sessions are going to be about using the Arduino, what is the Arduino microcontroller, the different aspects of this Arduino microcontroller. For those of y'all who do not know what the Arduino is, it's okay, we'll all learn. And if y'all already know about it, then I hope to add to that knowledge. And in the last 3 weeks, we'll be talking about 3D modeling and 3D printing, and we'll be using Fusion 360 to build our own models, and how we can use 3D printers, how do 3D printers work, and talking about all of that. So there's a lot that's coming up, and it's going to be really exciting. In the second session, we're going to be having web design, app development, so things away from robotics and even entrepreneurship. So it will be really exciting for all of y'all. Right. Yeah. Next. Now, the 2-hour class structure looks like this. We start with the 15, like we told y'all can, all of y'all have GoBubble. Y'all can start using GoBubble, and I think Mr. Faisal will tell y'all how y'all can join towards the end of the class. And y'all can put in your questions, your thoughts, whatever y'all are working on, because we are all now a community. We can all learn from each other. We are all interested in the same thing, that is STEAM. So, why not put that to use and learn from each other and share with each other? So that is what the page on GoBubble will be for all of y'all. Y'all will be able to interact with me and with the other instructors from the summer camp. So we'll share with y'all how y'all can join. We'll start the first 15 minutes of the session by talking about, I'll be picking up questions from GoBubble, and if any of y'all post about the projects you're working on. So, I briefly mentioned the projects that I've been working on. So if there's anything like that you have been working on, then you can put it up there, and I'll pick the best ones and we'll talk about them in the first 15 minutes of the class. Next 15 minutes will be a recap session for those of y'all who have missed the session, followed by 1 hour of me teaching you all new concepts. And then we'll be all having fun with this game called we'll be having fun on this game on quizzes. I don't know if you'll have used that for school, but it's really fun. So you'll be competing with each other on a leaderboard to get more points. And then, so we'll be spending 15 minutes playing that. And then last 15 minutes, we'll be taking all of your doubts if you'll have something remaining and discussing, your responses from the quiz and all of that. Great. Is all of this clear to you all? Do you all have any questions before we actually begin with today's class? Classes are every Saturday from 4 to 6. UAE and Oman time. Right? Have you all got any questions, all of y'all?
Rishab.
Yeah.
We have disabled the chat, so they cannot send anything there.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Because there were some, I think, young kids who was misbehaving, so we've removed them. So just once you open the chat, we just need to, like, you need to stop sharing so that you can take questions.
Oh, okay. Can I just clarify if they want to know anything right now? Because that's the only means of me interacting with them and knowing they can hear me.
Yeah. I'll just open it for a while.
Yeah.
And then I'll close it back.
Yes. Thank you.
So okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Now they can chat and ask any question. Okay.
Thank you, sir. So anything that you all want to know about the series or the structure of the class, are we good? And I can continue. Yes, Reem, if you have a question, just put it in. What is STEAM about? Right. So STEAM basically stands for science, technology, art, engineering, and math. And yeah, this is the first time for everyone. And yep. And STEAM is basically about you being able to, hypothesize and come up with ideas and actually put them into use and actually build something out of them. STEAM enables you to do all that. It enables you to research and learn more about something. It, actually helps you make valuable contributions to the community. And, it's always good to know about science because it's around us, it's in everything. And I learned, basically it was online tutorials um, and online videos and everything that helped me learn. And now I'm making it easy for all of y'all to by taking these classes for free. And so that's why I just follow along, do not spam the chat, and be respectful towards everyone, be respectful to each other, and we'll all have fun learning. Okay, right? So yeah, we'll be doing Arduino programming. Okay, now I'll begin. This is a bag. I'll talk about this later in the class though. Right. So for today's class, these are the topics we'll be covering. Firstly, we'll start by talking about the different power sources that are generally used when we are making something. Then I'll be talking about something called LEDs. So like we're basically going to be going over small electrical components. So we'll be talking about something called LEDs, that things that give out light, and I'll explain them in detail. Then we'll be talking about different kind of switches that you all can use in your circuit, something called resistors, and then all of y'all will be building your first circuit online. Now, a very important part of all of these classes is that you all don't need any, fancy resources or anything, expensive that you need to go and buy to actually learn about STEAM or actually build something. All resources, there's so many resources available for free online, and I'll be talking to you all about those. And we'll start by using something called Tinkercad for all of you all to build your own circuits. And if you follow along, it'll be an exciting exercise. I think most of you are on your laptops or on iPads, so or on tablets. So on all of these devices, you'll be able to follow along and actually build what we are trying to build. Now, at any time, if I am speaking a bit too fast, just raise your hand so I come to know. And yeah, just let me know by raising your hand that I'm speaking too fast or something, and if you all haven't understood something. So at the end of every concept, after you finish something, I'll stop to take doubts from you all, and then we'll go on. Okay, cool. Let's actually get started now. Right. So now let's talk about electrical systems first. The very important, the few very important elements of any. Mohammed, can you turn off your camera, please? If you've turned it on by mistake, thank you. Yeah. So the two very important components of any electrical system are going to be the input, which is the power source, and the output, which can be of many kinds. So the input is what you'd put into a system. Like as we're talking about electrical systems, it's going to be electricity from a power source, and an output is something that is an end result of power flowing through the system, right? So the systems that we will actually be dealing with are going to be called circuits, electrical systems. And the two most important components of every circuit are a power source from an input, that is the input, and an output, which can be in the form of light, sound, motion, anything like that. So, just to talk about a very small electrical system. So I've got a battery here and I've got a motor. And if I just connect these two, you can see the motor starts turning. Very simple electrical system. I've got a power source, which is the battery, and I've got an output here, which is the motor. Now, what kind of a motor this is and the different kinds of motors, we'll be covering all of that, but in the next class. Today, we're going to be doing things that are more basic. We'll be talking about how motors work, the different kind of motors. Yeah, it'll be fun. Great. Now, like I said, a very simple circuit, the flow is from the input, that is the power source, which goes to the output. But sometimes there is a switch in the middle. So there is a system in place that regulates how power flows through that connection, right? So it can either allow that electricity to flow, it can stop the electricity. Now, I'm assuming all of you all will understand these basic words like electricity, current, and you all will know what a battery is, right? Can you all just, react with a thumbs up? And okay, good. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Now, sometimes in circuits, the switch that controls the flow of power is intelligent. Means we can add some logic to it. right? So it will, we can decide when power will flow and when power will not flow. And in the second part of these classes, so from week 4 onwards, we'll be talking about the intelligent switches. But today we're going to be talking about the manual switches, so how we can manually stop the flow of that power. Right. Now let's get started with power sources. The two very common power sources that I'm assuming you all would have heard of, and if not, I'll talk to you all about it, are AC and DC. AC stands for alternating current. One second. Let's use a good color. Okay. AC stands for alternating current. Okay. And DC stands for direct current. Something else that I want all of you all to know and be aware of is a few concepts. Now, we have a mixed age group. We've got children as young as 10 up till as old as 17. We had registrations of people over 18 as well, but for everyone's safety, it's capped at 8. These classes are capped at 18-year-olds. Now, so as we have a mixed age group all the way from 10 to 17, a few concepts will be easy for everyone, while some might be a little challenging. But I'll try to go slow and simplify everything for everyone. But if you all do not understand anything, feel free to let me know in the chat at the end of me explaining a concept. Okay? So chat's disabled, it's good because you're not distracted or disturbing each other. Now, coming back, two power sources, alternating current and direct current, right? So direct current, which is DC, is now, to explain this further, let's think of these as two water tanks. Okay, now these are two water tanks. One second, let's clear this. We've got two water tanks here. The one on the left is called water tank A, and the one on the right is called water tank B. Okay, now water tank A is filled with water all the way to the top, and water tank B is empty, sorry. So it's completely filled, other one's empty. Now we use a pipe to connect both of them. Okay, now obviously water is, if they're connected by a pipe without anything that's blocking them, water is going to flow from tank A to tank B, right? Water here, it's going to flow from tank A to tank B, right? Until the amount of water in both of these is yeah, until the amount of water in both the tanks is equal. Great. See, so when the amount of water in tank A and tank B is equal, the water will stop flowing through the pipe, right? Now, this basic concept of how difference in the amount of water, which changes the amount of pressure in the tank, that difference, and how the water flows because of this difference. This is basically how direct current or batteries work. Now, we've all seen batteries before, right? This is a 9-volt battery. Can you all just do a thumbs up if you all know what this is and have seen it before? You all have probably used it in your toys. So this is a very common 9-volt battery. You've seen these other batteries which are like a tube, which are like AA or AAA batteries that you use in TV remotes or in your Xbox controllers, right? So this is like those batteries. They all have these batteries provide direct current. Now, the structure of these batteries internally is like two tanks. Okay, so if I clear this and let's actually draw this battery. Okay, so the structure of this battery is simply said like two tanks. One side is filled more, and the other side, when it's new, it's empty, and over time it gets filled. So one side has some more of something we can call power carriers. Okay, so it's actually electrons, but it might be a little complicated for everyone. So we'll stick to power carriers for now. And by convention, or as standard practice, we say the positive side has the current flow, like these power carriers flow from the positive side to the negative side. Okay, So these power carriers are, are charged particles that are more on one side, and when the battery is new, empty on the other side, and they flow when you connect a wire from the positive to the negative, and it flows through the circuit, and whatever components you have in the circuit, they would get that power so they can do different things. Okay. Now that's basically the idea behind direct current. It is based on two tanks in a, you can say, two tanks in a battery, where one side has more power carriers and the other side has less power carriers, and because of that, the power carriers, when connected through a wire, flows from the positive to the negative. Now in a standard battery, one side is positive, other side is negative, so the power carriers are going to flow from positive to negative, and that's why this is called direct current. This power source, all batteries that we have in TV remotes and all of that, they all constitute direct current. But what we have in the plugs that we get in our homes, it's called AC, or alternating current. Okay, thank you, Yusuf, for that message. Okay, I'll talk slow. Now what we get at our homes and in the plugs that we have is called AC, or alternating current. Now by standard, if you I know in different countries it's different, but generally AC has two plugs, right? So they're like most devices. If you look, I have this charger with me. You can say it has two electrical contacts. So electrical contacts through which power can flow, because it's metal, right? So it has two electrical contacts. Majid, can you not drop, please? Can you clear those drawings? Okay. So you can see it has two electrical contacts. Now, if this was connected to like a DC power source, like this motor runs on DC power, so it also has two contacts. Okay. So here one has to be connected to positive, and the other one has to be connected to negative. And when you connect the battery in that way, yeah, positive and negative, it does what it has to. But in this case, this does not have a fixed positive and negative. Thank you. But this does not have a fixed positive and negative because it runs on AC. So a very common difference between AC and DC. This is see guys, if you all disturb, then you all will be removed from the summer camp altogether. And it's not just the STEAM classes, it's everything else about AR, VR, that you'll be amazing stuff that you'll be missing out on. Right. So the now a very common difference between AC and DC is that in AC, it does not have a fixed positive and negative, because in your wall plugs, this positive and negative keeps changing at a super fast rate. So in UAE, for example, depending on your country, it's different. It's 50 or 60 times per second. So in UAE, this AC source, the two connections will switch between positive and negative 50 times, like very rapidly. Now, why they do that, it's a little complicated. You all don't need to know that, but just know. So because of this changing, it's very dangerous for you all to touch. It operates on a high voltage. So I'll explain what's voltage after this, but there is more power flowing through these. So if you touch it, it can give you electrical shock that can be lethal. But this is still safe. So, I can even touch my tongue on it and wouldn't kill me. I don't advise you all to do it. Don't do that. But just telling you all, this is, I can touch the contacts. This is safe. But AC is super dangerous. Now, before I go on and explain about voltage and I'm just, so could you just open chat to take a few questions if they have any from them? Mr. Faisal?
Yeah, it's open.
Thank you. So if you all have any questions, can you all please put it in the chat right now? If I'm talking too fast, or you all haven't understood anything. Yes, team, go ahead. Tell me, what would you like to know? Have you all understood though? You all will be, by the end of the series, you all know how to make a robot. Sure, I'll explain AC again. Okay, right. Now, Yes, I'll explain voltage to you all. One second. Oh, if it has 3 instead of 2, the third one is for protection, like for in case there's any leakage of current or something. That's grounding. So that's earth. So like ignore that for now, right? Okay. Now let's understand voltage, and then we'll come back to AC and DC. Okay. Now regarding my other series also, um, people always ask me when will they be able to make a robot. Now making something like this, you need a lot. You need. So now if you want to build a building, you first need to know how to mix cement, and how to build the foundation. So that is what we'll be doing for the next 3 weeks, and then we'll actually be going into things that you can use for building a robot. Thank you, Abdul. Yes, that's right. So third one's the earth. um yes. Now coming back to what voltage is. So like I said, a common DC battery, you can say, can be divided into two tanks. One side that has more power carriers, and the other side that has no or less power carriers, right? Towards the end of the class, you'll make your own circuit. You'll have understood that, right? So now what happens is, if you connect a wire or like a pipe, you'll know that these power carriers are going to flow from one side, which is full, to the other side that is empty, right? Now the side which is more, by convention, it is said to be positive, because these power carriers, one second, because these power carriers are going to flow from the positive to negative in a circuit. So this is how these power carriers flowing. Yeah. Um, Now, basically, these power carriers flowing is called current, and current flows from positive to negative. Okay, just keep that in mind. Now, the difference in the amount of power carriers in the positive side and compared to the negative side is called voltage. Okay, I'm going to write that down, and I encourage all of you all to take notes, or at least like write it down somewhere, because we have a quiz at the end of the class. So better you all do in the quiz. There's that movement of pride, like out of 150 participants, you guys will be on top of the leaderboard. Okay, so you know how now as we use the battery, the amount of power carriers on one side decreases and it increases on the other side. So the difference between the amount of power carriers on the positive and the negative, it's called voltage. Okay, so basically how much difference or how many more power carriers one side has than the other side can help measure voltage. Okay, and there is a device called a voltmeter. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like this. We'll be using a virtual voltmeter. Helps you measure this voltage. Excuse me. Have all of you understood what's voltage? Can you all just let me know? Yes, I think, yeah. The quiz is not hard. It's super easy. There's just one challenging question. So have all of you understood what's voltage and what's DC current? Yeah? Just put in yes, and I can move on. Okay? Uh, if you want to unmute, I'll let you unmute yourself a little bit later. Okay? Like if you want to say something. Yeah, so right now electrons might be a little complicated for everyone. That's why I'm going to call them power carriers for this class. Okay? Now, okay. Good. Everyone's understood. Any doubts, you can let me know. Okay, I'm going to move on now. Now, just regarding AC. Okay, as we progress with the classes, I'll come back and explain voltage once again. We'll be building something called a voltage divider in the next class. That's when you'll understand this even better. Okay, and like voltage divider is something super interesting. It's a little difficult. It's like engineering level concepts for some people, but I'll make sure all of y'all understand it. Okay, but right now, as long as you'll have a general idea, yes, we have one more hour. We have a general idea. I'm gonna move on. Okay, y'all have understood what's DC and how current flows, right? Oh, you don't understand positive and negative. Uh, Oh, you'll be doing something interactive in a while. Now regarding something positive and negative. Uh, how do I explain this again? So have you seen the two terminals on the battery? See one side, can you all see this? One side has plus written on it. Let's focus the light here. Has the positive sign. Oops. And the other side has a negative sign. Yeah. You all see that? Right? So the positive side has more power carriers. Positive side here, more power carriers. Other side has less power carriers. Therefore, when you connect a wire, these power carriers are going to flow from the positive to the negative. Regarding electrons, we'll not dive into that right now, just call them power carriers. Okay, now I'm going to move on and talk about wires. We've all seen wires before, right? They look like these. We use them to charge. No, Ashim, it's not that easy. We use them to charge our mobile phones, use them for everything. So, one second, let's clear all drawings. Great. Right. So, you know how I've been using this whole analogy of two tanks, right? You got a tank A here and tank B here. Okay, guys, if you want to say something, please use the chat. Right? Or else, see, you all will be at risk of getting removed from the camp altogether by putting something in there. So don't do that. Okay, because I'm free with y'all because I'm young, but this is official. We're recording these as well. So out of respect for everyone and everyone's time, let's not draw and waste everyone's time. Okay. Now moving on. Now going back to the analogy, one tank full, other tank half. So these power carriers are going to flow, right? Now these power carriers, they flow when they're connected through a pipe, right? This is the pipe that I've been talking about. In electrical systems, these pipes are called wires. So these wires, great. Okay, so these wires act as pipes between the positive and negative, okay, and they carry the power carriers from one side to the other. These power carriers will flow through these wires, okay, when you connect them in a circuit. Now, we in our course will be specifically dealing with something called jumper wires. Let's clear this. Now, everyone has a general idea of what wires are, right? They're used for power to flow through a circuit, through electrical systems. Okay? We use them to charge our mobile phones, use them for so many things. Right? Wires are important, but we will specifically be dealing with something called jumper wires. Okay? So jumper wires are these special kind of wires that have these kind of pins on them. That have these kind of pins on them. And the reason they're called jumper wires is because they... Okay, guys, how about this? All of y'all minimize the chat. Okay? Minimize the chat so y'all can't see anyone putting in. Only if y'all have a doubt, open the chat and put it in. Okay? Because I want to keep the chat open because that's the only way I know y'all are able to hear me. Right? But see, y'all can get removed if y'all are disturbing or abusing or misusing anything y'all have access to. But let's respect each other's time. I'm repeating this for the 5th time. So yeah, let's focus. Coming back. We'll be using something called jumper wires. The reason these jumper wires are special is because when we'll be using something that looks like this called a breadboard, and we'll be using virtual versions of all of these, you can plug these in simply into the breadboard. Look, they just go in easily. And they make it easy for you to connect the different elements of that you'll be using in a circuit. So you'll be using motors, all of that. So these jumper wires basically help you make those connections easily. Now, jumper wires are of 3 kinds. Jumper wires are of 3 kinds: male to male, male to female, and female to female. Okay, so they're called these because like these are called the male connectors and these are called the female connectors. Okay, so some wires, like this is a male to female connector which have a pin on one side and a hole on the other side. They're called male to female connectors. And then there are others which are like female to female connectors which have like a hole in both sides of the wire. Okay, now when you're building things, like for example in these robots, there are a lot of these male to female, female to female, depending on what I'm connecting, I use. Okay, and yeah, whether they're male or female, it just depends on whether they have a pin on the end as a connector or they have a hole into which the pin can be plugged. Okay, right, so everyone understands? Oh, the chat is blocked. Okay, fine. Because I think y'all are getting distracted. We'll unblock it at the end of the next concept. Now, these are something called LEDs. Just keep keep all your doubts down and then ask them, and I'll take all of them at once. Okay. Okay. Coming back, this is the first out. Now we've learned about the first two important elements. We've learned about the power source. Let's quickly go back here. We've learned about the power source, and we've learned about the output, which is LEDs. And we've learned about, we've learned about the power source and we've learned about what's connecting them. That is the wires. Now we'll be dealing with the first output device, and we'll be going through new output devices over these 3 days. We'll be talking about different things that give different kind of outputs. But the first, and I think the most important one, is something called an LED. LED stands for, LED stands for light emitting diode. Okay, so it emits light. In what do you mean by emit? It gives out light. So this small device, when you connect it to power, and I'm sure you've all seen these before, right? When you connect this to the right power source, it turns on. You see the LED is on. It's giving out light. So we've got a power source here, and we've got an output device. In an electrical system, when I'm connecting these two, the LED is giving us an output, which is light. Pretty cool, right? And when we're building circuits, there'll be wires in the middle. But right now, we're not making circuits. So I'm not talking about those yet. But did you all hear how I mentioned the right power source? So now when we're working with LEDs and any electrical component, the right power source is very important. You know how I mentioned voltage in the beginning? Voltage is the measure of, one second. Voltage is the measure of the amount of, is the measure of the difference in the amount of power carriers in the two tanks of a battery, right? Now, the amount is measured in voltage. How much this difference is very important, because if it is too much, it can burn our LED. So now, for the sake of demonstration, I do not recommend you all do this at home, but I want to show it to you all. What I'm going to do is, these LEDs run on 3 volts, okay, on a power source which has a measure of 3 volts for voltage, okay. Ryan, if you have a doubt, just hold on. When we enable the chat, you can ask us. You can ask me, and I'll explain that thing again. So now this LED runs on a power source which has a difference of 3 volts. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but like it says 3 volts on it. I don't know. Can you all see? The lighting is kind of bad, so maybe not so. But yeah, wait. I'll just somehow get light on it. Okay. You can see basically this is a 3 volt power source, which is perfect for an LED. So when I connect it to the LED, it turns on. But this is a 9 volt battery. I think you'll be able to see. Okay, this one does not say 9 volts on it, but it does not say, but these batteries are all, no, it says, yeah. 1 second, let me see if I can adjust the lighting. Can you all read 9 volts written on it? Camera can focus. Camera is kind of bad, but okay, basically this says 9 volts on it. And what happens is, like I said, this LED needs 3 volts to run, but I give it 9 volts, means it's the wrong power source. And if I connect it, you can see what's going to happen. It's going to turn on for a second. You'll see it flashed. It literally just flashed, and now it's off. And I can literally smell that it has burned. So, you know, if you give your output device too much power or too much voltage, it's going to burn. Look, the LED is not working anymore. However, I connected like this, it doesn't turn on. Even the other way around, doesn't turn on. But even with the old power source, the 3 volt power source, it does not turn on anymore because it was burned, because we gave it too much voltage. But let's get another LED. But if you use the right power source, it stays on. No damage to it. Okay. Now something else that's very important for you all to know about LEDs is, you see it has two ends, right? Two ends, two terminals. And now one side, like how in a battery, one side is positive and the other side is negative. The LED also has one side, one terminal which is positive and the other terminal which is negative. If you can see. And what you'll notice is one side is longer than the other side. The image is a bad representation, but the way an actual LED looks, and if you all saw in my video, one side is longer than the other side. And the longer side is positive. Okay, so the longer side of the LED is positive and the shorter side is negative. Okay, and when you want to turn on an LED, the positive is always connected to positive and the negative is connected to negative. So this is a battery. Quick representation. One side is going to be positive with more power carriers. Other side is going to be negative, lesser power carriers. And we're going to connect the positive to positive and the negative to negative. Okay. Now enough talking. Let's actually go ahead and try and build something. Okay. If you all, sir, can we just enable the chat again for 1 second? Need to. Oh wait, I think. Oh, I can do that. So yeah. Okay, I've enabled the chat now. Can you all tell me if you all have any questions? Have you all understood LED, positive and negative? Can I actually go ahead and do a demonstration of how this works? Good. I'm happy you understood. Yeah. Are you all able to follow? Is it interesting? I'm not going to go into amps and current. Because we've given it too much power. Right? So it's power flows through too quickly, too much of power, it burns. See, too much of anything is not good for you. Whether you're talking about, even if you're talking about our health and what we eat, too much of anything is not good, right? I'm happy you'll find it interesting. Now I'm going to minimize this and I'm going to go to this software called Tinkercad. Now I want all of y'all, right? Y'all can follow along with me, or y'all can, now I actually, from next class onwards, I want you all to do this with me. But for today's class, you all can just watch me do it and do it after, do it right after the class. Okay, that's good, Amar. Do it right after the class and email what you all have made to me. Okay, or no, sorry, put it on GoBubble. That's safer, right? Put it on GoBubble. So I'll give you all homework. Do your homework and put it on GoBubble, and we'll discuss that in next class. It'll be exciting. Okay, it'll be something challenging for all of you all to do. Now, how do you use Tinkercad? It's simple. There's a website, tinkercad.com. Oops, tinkercad.com. You can do it on your phone, but it'll be difficult. But that's why I prefer. I'll tell you later, not right now. And we'll be, yeah. You will have to make your profile, make an account. You'll come to know how do you put it on GoBubble in the end. I think Mr. Faisal will tell you all about it. Okay. So you'll have to make your account on Tinkercad, log in, ID, password, all of that. This kind of a screen will open up. We'll use this for 3D designing also in the last 3 weeks of the class. But right now we're going to focus on circuits. So Tinkercad is safe. Don't worry about it. So then you're going to click on circuits and you're going to click on create new circuit. Okay. Now, all these components that I have with me, all of these are available online. Okay. All of these are available online for all of you all to use and actually build all the circuits that I'll be talking about. One second, I need to minimize my video to be able to access some of these. Yeah. Right. So remember how we spoke about an LED? It's here. Let's bring that in. I showed you all a 9-volt battery. 9-volt battery. Let's bring that in. I spoke about something called a voltmeter. Remember voltmeter? Let's open that. Let's get that. Voltage, they call it multimeter, but because it can measure multiple things. Right? And let's get in a coin cell battery also. So this is called a coin cell battery or a button cell. You have these in your watches. So there's a different battery technology that you all can do this along with me also. Okay, so if you want, you can do it along with me also. You know what we'll do? I've been talking for almost 30 minutes now. I've been talking for almost 30 minutes now. Let me give you all like a 2-minute break. What's the time now? Yeah, so it's 5:12. I'll continue at 5:15. Okay, so in like 3 minutes, I'll continue. Just take a quick break. For those of you all who want to follow along, make your profiles right now. It does not take longer than 2 minutes. Go ahead and do it, okay? And let me know if you all have done it in the chat. So for the others, if you all aren't doing this right now, want to do it after the class, take a sip of water. There is no class code for Tinkercad. Just make a, right now, just make a general account. Oh, next class, I'll set it up with the class code. So you all can I can see all of your work directly. How do you make an account? Oh, you all want me to guide you all on making an account? You know what? Let's do that instead of just sitting here. Okay. Website opens up. It looks like this. If you all don't have a profile, click join now. Okay. Create a personal account. Right now, we do not have this join a class thing. So create a personal account. Sign up with email. Okay, you're going to select your country. My country is going to be United Arab Emirates. And then put in your birthday. Oh, thank you. Oh, mine. This is my birthday, so you'll know when to send over a gift, right? Okay. Put this in, then create your email and password. Use your parents' ID if you'll do not have your own email account. If you're young, we'll have to wait for your parents to accept your account. Yeah. You can, you know, anything you want. Okay, I think now Mr. Faisal's put in now you can join Go Bubble as well. Yeah. So I suggest you'll do this at the end of the class. Right now, just create your Tinkercad account. Okay. Just do these steps right now. We can, I already have an account, so you know what? Set in your password. It's okay. If you can't do this right now, you can do this at the end of the class, okay? For those of you all who can do it, just quickly do it. This is my account, so it's ready. It does not take very long. It's okay. You can do it after the class. Okay, I was just taking a break. That's why those of you all who were ready, I just thought you all can follow along then. Go Bubble, we'll talk about it in the end of the class again.
Hi, Rishabh. I can give them few idea.
Okay.
Just quickly.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just can you stop share?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll start sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully this is the one. Okay. Is it the one? Is it showing?
Yeah.
Okay. So so I send you the link to GoBubble with a code. So basically, you go to the GoBubble website. You click join now, and then say I'm a student. So then you will put the code that I gave you there down in the chat, and just click next, and then you just fill your details. So you should put your real details here, like your name, last name, year, grade, year of birth. This will also help us to direct you to right courses, because some courses would not will be suitable for student age at some certain age level. So put that information and next, and then you'll get into the page. Currently the page is empty, so you could start maybe talking to in the group, or getting to know your colleague and everything. Now GoBubble is different than Zoom and anything. Just be careful. GoBubble has a security engine, so if you use any abusive language, it will red flag, and you will not be removed from GoBubble, but you will be removed from Summer Camp and any other programs that our organization provide. So just be careful. It has a system that could detect the abusive language. Okay. So good luck. This is very quick about it, and inshallah, we will be posting everything there. Some recorded session will be also there as well for you.
Yeah. What we'll do is we'll put all the class recordings as we're recording all of these classes, and the YouTube links we can share it with them on GoBubble. So in case they miss a class, they'll have access to the recording there. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back to sharing my screen. Now, if you all haven't made your account just yet, that's okay. Let me spotlight my own video. Okay. Yeah. If you all haven't made your account just yet, that's okay. What you all can do this after the class. What we'll be doing is super simple. Right now, yeah. Right now, you all can. Okay, no, that was a quiz. Right now, just follow along. So you click on circuits. Just understand what I'm doing. You can try it after the class. Click on create new circuit. We're going to bring in all of those components. You're going to bring in the LED, 9-volt battery, the cell, and the voltmeter. Okay. Multimeter. There is that too. Right. For those of you who have already made your account, good. Others, you'll be able to do it right after the class. Okay. Now, we've got all of these components. Remember how I told you all the a voltmeter can calculate voltage. Now see, this is a bigger battery, means there is a bigger difference in the power between those two tanks. So this thing, let's zoom in. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. So think of this as two tanks. Wait, I can't annotate. Yeah, there. Now think of this as two tanks again. Our 9-volt battery, it's two tanks. One side has more power carriers than the other. Right? More power carriers than the other. So this side is going to be, it's a positive. Look, it says here, positive. Other side is negative. Right? And this device here is going to help us measure how much that difference is. So we've connected that. As this is a simulation, the voltage won't go down as you use it. But in real life, if a battery is old, that voltage value goes down. Now you see this is a 9-volt battery, so the voltmeter shows us. You know what? I'll give you instructions on joining Tinkercad later towards the end. Again, okay. Right now, just listen. Right now, it's more important that you listen and understand. So see, this battery, it's a 9-volt battery, so it shows that it is a 9-volt power source. Then I'm going to delete this, and let's Oops. Let's use a power coin cell. See, it's a 3-volt battery. Again, with one side positive, other side negative. We're going to connect a positive to positive of the voltmeter, negative to negative, and see. This shows 3 volts. Okay. Now, instead of the voltmeter, now let's get rid of the voltmeter. Let's use the LED. Look, now okay, in this case, now this LED does not show one side is longer and shorter. Instead, it shows one side is bent and the other side is straight. Okay, Nasir, just follow the screen share right now. The side which is bent is longer and the other side which is not bent is shorter. So the longer side is positive, the shorter side is negative. If it is 100 volts can kill you as well. If you touch 100 volts, like I think in Australia, Canada, you're going to have 100 volts as your power source. So in UAE and Oman, you have 220 volts, even in the UK. But for people in Canada and Australia, they're going to have a 110 volt power source. Not sure about Australia, honestly, but in the US and Canada, it's 110 volts. It's okay, Hashim, it's okay. Right now, just listen. You can try and do this after the class. Now, the bent side is the positive. The positive is also called the anode. Okay? And the shorter side is also called cathode. We're really running out of time here, so I don't think we'd be able to cover switches today. But what we'll do is we'll cover resistors, because we had the whole introduction today because it's the first class. So might not be able to do that, but we cover as much as we can. So anode is also called positive. The shorter side, also called cathode, is negative. Okay, let's clear that. Now you all tell me, the longer side is positive or negative? In the chat. The longer side. Yep. Longest side is positive, shorter side is negative. Longest positive is also called what? The positive is also called anode. Perfect, Mansoor. Manhoor. So Manhoor answered first. So guys, every time I ask a question, let's see who answers first. Okay. Longest side also called anode. The positive gets connected to positive. Shorter gets connected to negative. Oh, okay. Nasir, try it on your laptop after this. Okay. Anode we connected is the positive. We are going to connect it to the positive side of the battery. Cathode, it's negative. We're going to connect it to the negative side of the battery. 3-volt battery, this turns on. Okay. So the LED is on. There is a warning that this might be too much power. This might lead to excess power for it, but it will work well. Now we replace our coin cell with a 9-volt battery. Again, yes, Suleiman, you're right. Anode positive, connected to positive, shorter, cathode negative, connected to negative, we turn it on. See what happens? The LED burns because it's too much power for the LED. You all understand? Yep, you understand. See, this is what happens. 9-volt power source, battery is supposed to run on 3 volts, but too much power leads to the LED burning. Your LED needs 3 volts. Okay, 3 volts is enough for the LED. A 3-volt power source. Now, if you all actually go ahead and try this, this would be a very first simple circuit, but you all will not make this because before I go on, we're going to be talking about a ground rule of using LEDs. I'm going to go back to my presentation right now. Yep. No motors. And before those open circuit, can't talk about. We're going to skip because we're short on time. I'll not talk about switches. First, I'll talk about resistors. No, Yusuf. Once the LED is burnt, it's gone for good. It's okay. They're cheap. I burnt my LED. It doesn't cost me too much. That's why, it was okay for me to burn it. What green wire? Oh, the wire can be any color. It's just for you to know. Okay. Guys, if you're asking questions, try and ask, instead of messaging me privately, ask those questions to everyone. So You know, that's why I'm answering your doubts. Everyone will be like, what am I talking about? I don't want that. Okay, let's come back. So now resistors, right? Now resistors are special electrical devices that can help you reduce that voltage that you're connecting it to. Okay, so in reality, for those who are elder, resistors are actually limiting the current that's flowing through, so it reduces the effective voltage. But ignore that. I just said that. I'm going to simplify it for y'all, and we're going to say the resistor helps reduce the voltage in the circuit, and there are thousands of types of resistors with different values. Okay, so now you saw how let's go back to Tinkercad. In our example with the LED and the 9-volt battery, we connect positive to positive, negative to negative, change the color, make this red, and make it black. Okay, now batteries can be even there's like 46-volt battery, 32-volt batteries, 42-volt batteries. Batteries can be big, like car batteries. They're like generally 12 volts. Yeah, your phone has like a 5-volt. They have like a 3.3-volt battery inside, charges from like a 5-volt this. Okay, so you'll see this this basic circuit where we have a battery and a LED. Turn it on, LED burns. Now, what if at my house I only have 9-volt batteries? I do not have coin cell batteries. What happens then? 1 second. I'm going to do this for. Oops, meant to send it to everyone. Right. So what if I do not have any 3-volt batteries at my house? We need something to reduce that voltage for me, right? A device that can help me do that. It's called a resistor. Yes, that's how. Thank you, Yaya, for the spelling. You use a resistor, exactly. Smart kids you got here. You're right, Saja, Oman, Halima. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your names, okay? The resistor can help you minimize the volts. So I'm going to get a resistor. I'm going to turn it around. There's an option here for you all to turn the components. Look at this. Rotate. So you can connect them correctly. Going to connect it here. Place this here. 1 second. I'm going to use the resistor in the positive. So now you have to put, V is equals to I or R is equals to V by I. That's Ohm's law, but that's complicated for like the 10-year-old. So we're going to ignore that. Now, in the interface in Tinkercad, to connect, you bring in all the components to make a basic circuit, bring in all the components, then you connect them by clicking. So you connect the positive to one end of the resistor, then you connect the other end of the resistor to the LED, the positive of the LED, and then you connect the negative here like this, right? So now, simply said, you know how on your road when you're driving, sometimes there's speed bumps. Guys, these are my amazing bad drawings that I like to do to explain things. Okay, so you're driving in your car, you're coming in your car like this. Okay, there's speed bumps that slow you down, right? So the rest of the road is normal, but in the middle you've got a speed bump that slows you down. That's basically what a resistor is doing. Okay, let's do a demonstration quickly and I'll explain how a resistor works. You see, the LED is not burning anymore. Do you all see that? LED not burning. It slows the current, yes. But simply said, it reduces the voltage. You all see that? You see what the resistor is doing? It's reducing the voltage, so the LED won't burn. If I bring in a voltmeter just so we can see that, multimeter, the previously 9-volt battery, it's now going to show less of this. Oh, okay. That's weird. The software, the simulation is glitching basically, but it's supposed to show lesser voltage. Okay. Series and parallel circuit next class. Okay. Coming back to this. Right. So how does the resistor work? Let's go back to our 2 tanks analogy. I'm going to clear all of this right now. Yeah. Got tank A, we've got tank B. Okay, we've got a power carriers on one side, empty tank on the other. We connect them using a wire or a pipe in our case. So the pipe is nice and thick, right? So the power carriers can flow through fast. Yes? That's a good question, Suleiman. I'll explain this in the end though. Yeah, so you can say that this is a pipe, the power carriers are going to flow fast. Now what happens if I reduce the thickness of this pipe at this section? The power carriers are going to slow down. Yes, Reem, tell me. Guys, does that make sense? See, the power carriers are going to slow down, right? Because there is something that's because there is something in the way that is not letting the power carriers flow as fast. So it reduces the effective voltage, or it reduces the voltage that would be flowing through the wires. So these are the wires. We've added a resistor over here. Let's use some nice color. And no, the color of the wires doesn't matter. Okay, now see, let's clear all of this and let's come to let's go back to the blank slide so I can explain the whole different types of resistors to you all. Do you all see this? Difference in pipes means it changes the speed at which it can flow. Ignore this term for now. Okay, now we're going to use three cases. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. We've got a connection here between tanks A and B. Right, one side, they all have the same amount of difference between the tanks. Okay, where's the eraser? Let's make them a different color. Yeah. Making this pipe is like that, and the third one is even narrower like that. Okay, so this is case 1, 2 and 3. Now basically guys, the power carriers are going to be flowing through in each of these cases. You'll agree, right? Through in case 1, 2 and 3, in which case will it flow the slowest? 3, everyone agrees, right? So in case 3, the power is going to flow the slowest. So if I had something, if this is like a magic pipe where I could change its thickness, I would be able to control the speed at which the power carriers are flowing. So in a way, changing the voltage, right? If I could adjust this, I could change how much it is resisting the flow of power carriers. Yes, that's right, Nasir, because it's the tightest pipe. Right, so if I could change this, if I changed 1, 2 and 3, I could change the voltage that was flowing through. Yeah, yes, you'll agree with me, right? 3 is going to be narrowest, yes, and by changing the thickness, I could change the how much the power was flowing through, and that's why I would be able to change the voltage as well, right? So this is what's happening with different kinds of resistors. You can say the thickness of the wires. So these resistors, yeah, they're a special kind of wires, and their thickness of the cross section or the length of the narrow region, all of that is different for all of these resistors. So I've got a few different kinds here, and if I can get there's just something interesting. So like I have an entire wall of these parts here, so and I'm looking there, it's so I can get something. Yeah. Where is the finger? Give me 1 second. Just need to get something. Okay, so I've got a few different kinds of resistors here. Okay, and simply you can say, if you think of them as these special pipes, okay, all of them you can say are different, either thicknesses, the wires thicknesses are different, you know, or the length of the narrow thing is different. Sorry, what are you saying, Yusuf? One second, I think there was a doubt. Okay, anyways, just resend it in case you have something. Right. So 3 resistors, and in so basically you can think of this 3 different cases, and the thickness of this pipe is different in each of these. Therefore, they can resist more or less, and that can therefore you can change how much it resists the flow of that power. So how much it is going to reduce that voltage in the circuit can be changed. So what happened? Okay, are you all able to understand? I think I went through resistors very quickly. Let me give this a pause. Let me make sure all of you all have understood. No. Yes, yeah. It slows the flow of current, but I don't want to explain it that way right now because I'm not talking about current. It gets a little complicated. Yes, the faster the electrons or the current will flow, so higher effective voltage. Okay, guys, get a brief idea all of this. When you try and actually do it, you'll understand. Rima, can you ask me what have you not understood? Okay, have all of you understood basically when you add a resistor in the circuit, when you add, you know what, I'm gonna explain resistors quickly once again, and then I'm gonna block the chat so we can and I can explain the Tinkercad thing to you all again, right? Okay, right. How do I explain this again? Now we have a pipe here, pipe through which these power carriers can flow smoothly and they can flow quickly. Okay. Now if I change the thickness of the pipe, I add a narrow region to this pipe, the speed at which these power carriers are flowing will reduce, right? This is basically what a resistor does in the circuit. When you add this to a circuit, it reduces the speed at which the power carriers are flowing, and as it does that, it reduces as it reduces the speed at which the power carrier is flowing, it reduces the voltage from the power source that is coming to our output. Okay, and there are different kinds of resistors that can slow it more. So you can say, like, if this was a road, the different height, like there's a speed bump, like speed bumper on the road, right? So different heights. If it's a big speed bumper, it's going to slow you down more, right? But if it's a small speed bumper, you can still go through fast, like that. So different resistors, this, how much do they slow down those power carriers differs. So how much they resist the power, it differs. Okay, and there are these colorful bands on the resistors, if you can see. Oh wow, the camera is pretty bad. You see the colorful bands on the resistors. Actually, this picture is a better give you a better idea. This tell you how much will it slow down the power. Okay, so how much it can be used to calculate how much the effective voltage will be. Right, now let's come back to Tinkercad, and let's actually let's look at this circuit and like go ahead and make our first circuit. Okay, so this is the first circuit we are all going to make. I will let me re-enable chat for a minute to make sure you all don't have questions. Yeah. Okay, let me know quickly if you all have understood, or you'll have something you'll haven't understand. That's nice, Abdullah. You'll be learning more complicated concepts from next class. These are like the basics. Yes? Good. Okay. Right now, you don't need, honestly, guys, I've been building these circuits. I don't go into the details of, checking the value and calculating it. When you're building things, it's more trial and error, and you can add more than one more resistor in like series and parallel, but that will be discussed later. Each color has a value. So there is like, there's this chart. I don't use it myself either. There are apps for this. So you don't, this like in olden times you had to, read the color and everything. Right now there are apps for it, to help you calculate and all of that. Right. Okay. And they help you determine the value. There is this, these different values. Okay. Now we are all going to try and build our first circuit, and this is a challenge for all of y'all. I'm going to show you all how to do it, but I want all of y'all to try it on Tinkercad right after the class. 1 second. I'm going to block the chat now. Okay. This is going to be a homework. I'm going to show you how to do it. I want all of y'all to do it. Take a screenshot and put it in GoBubble. I'll take your doubts again once after I explain this last thing. We didn't do switches today. Yep. Okay. So very basic circuit. We're going to have a power source. Yeah, we're going to have a power source. That's going to be this battery. We're going to have a resistor to reduce the power flowing in the circuit for the LED, basically, as the output device. Simple circuit with wires in the way. This is Tinkercad. It's super simple to join. I will explain it once. After I show you all the homework thing, I'll tell you all how you all can actually make an account once again. So let's zoom out. Let's read all of this. So now to build any circuit, the first thing that we need to do is first see all the components that are required for the circuit. So in this case, it is the 9-volt battery, a resistor, and an LED. We're going to bring those in from the side. 9-volt battery, resistor, LED. Okay. We're going to turn this so it's a little more better oriented. Then go back to your circuit, see how all of this is connected. The positive of the battery is connected to one end of the resistor. Make that connection. Make that connection. Positive, one end of the resistor. Go back. Other end of the resistor is connected using wires to positive of the battery, because positive of the LED has to be connected to positive of the battery. Guys, I know you all have questions. You're raising your hand. Give me a minute. Let me finish this, then I'll open the chat. Right now, listen carefully. It's very likely your doubts will be cleared. Okay. So the positive of the LED needs to be connected to positive of the battery. Therefore, from the resistor, the other end of the resistor is connected to the positive of the battery. Yeah. 1 second. This is the LED. Sorry. I meant the other end of the resistor is connected to positive of the LED. Okay. So anode positive is connected to that. Go back. Look, the other end of the LED has to be connected to negative of the battery. Let's do that. Okay. Now, one thing that I should explain to you all, you can click on the wire. This shows up. You can change the color. So for your reference, make all red, the wires connected to positive red, and make all the negative wires black. Okay. And you see I'm adding these joints in the wire. This is straight. I'm making it bend. To make it bend, just click once. Look, just click and this joint comes in. Okay, just click and you can add as many joints as you want, like that. Okay, too many. But yeah, 2 joints. To make your circuit look better, look clean, because that's very important. And now you have all these points where you can move them around to make your wire look good. And then make the whole thing black. There. Now if I turn it on, see our circuit works. So this is our first very simple circuit. Okay. I want all of you all to try it after the class and tell me how does it go. Okay, I'm going to enable the chat again. So if you have any questions, and then we'll be doing the quiz with the remaining time we have. And then we'll cover switches in the next class. Wanted to do that as well, but switches in the next class now. Okay, now did you all understand how this circuit works? This app is called Tinkercad. Thank you, Mohammed. Did you understand? Quiz is going to be easy. LED stands for, you know what? It's going to be in the quiz. Light emitting diode. If you want to rotate the battery, click on it. You select it to click on it. And then you click on this, rotate. Rotate, look. Woohoo. Okay. Yeah, you need to get your parents' approval to start making. You can try many types of combinations, but as homework, I'll talk about so many. We'll learn how to use all of these things that you all see here. Motors, all of this, okay? Right now, just do this. To send the homework, use GoBubble. Mr. Faisal, they can submit the homework on GoBubble, right? I'll be able to see it.
I mean, for this class, we do not prepare because it will be unfair for them. We need to try to first give them like small. I will send by email some small video so that they know how to work with GoBubble.
Okay.
So for today's class, I don't prefer. Let's choose another
next
method.
time.
Yeah, GoBubble. I would prefer once they give the video and see how they work with it, then we will put everything there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what we can do, if you want, I'm going to share my email at the end of the class. You all can just email your, if you have any questions or like while doing your homework, you can, after you do your homework, you can email it to me. Okay. Right now, fine. I think we can do that. But right now, I'm going to share the link for the quiz. Done. 1 second. Don't see the answers. I'm going to share the link for the quiz with all of y'all, and let's do the quiz right now, and then we go back. The app is called Tinkercad. Let's put it in the chat for everyone. Yes, next class can be their first class too. I'll do a small recap so they understand everything. Okay. The app is called Tinkercad. The website is called tinkercad.com. Oh, I don't have this whole classroom thing for Tinkercad. You want me to do it that way? You know what? Then with the email, with the link for next class, we will we'll explain how to join the Tinkercad class using the class code, also. Okay, I'm not going to start this play live. We're going to start this game, and I'm going to give all of you all the link as well. No. Okay, guys, click on this link and join the quiz. Come on. That was fast. Okay, all the best to everyone. Okay, how many people? Wow. 1 second. Just click on this link, Ihsan, to join. There. Just click on this link. Click on it in the chat. I put a link in the chat. Click on it. Oh, Danya, what I'll do is I'll email the class code to all of you along with the next this. Okay, you're welcome, Ihsan. Oh, Nasir, you want to know how do you get wires on Tinkercad? I'll show it to you again right after the quiz. Okay. Okay. I think some of you are still joining. Here's the link again for you all. There you go. Oh no, Tinkercad is for you to make circuits. I'll right after the quiz. Okay, I'm gonna start this now. Can I start it? Anyone? Okay, Abdul, patience. I mean, we've still got like 120 people in the class. So I'm gonna. If anyone else struggling to join. Ready, guys? I'm starting the quiz now. Okay, let's go. Wow. Okay, so we've got Wayak in the lead. Then there's Manur. Okay, this sounds very loud. Where can I shove it? Yeah. Good. We've got Jafar after in the lead now. Manur's in second place. Wayak is coming up again. Then there is Aman, Yahya. Okay, Pranit's on fourth position now. He's moved up. Oman's third. Okay, wow. We've got Wayak in the lead. See, guys, the speed at which you'll answer also matters, right? So, wow. Okay, so we've got Abdul Rahman in the first position and Ahmed. I'm guessing you guys are brothers joined together. So good. See, two minds acting together. Then there's Pranit in third position, Aman, Manur, someone, Adil's coming up. Then there's Zainab. Hi, Adil. Nafisa, it's a friend of mine. Tahira is coming up. Okay, Abdul Rahman's in the first position. Pranit is second. I think Pranit's done with the quiz. There are one or few tricky questions like things that we haven't covered in today's class. So if you'll know already, you'll get a lead there, right? But oh, Abdul Azim, what rank did you guys get? Let me know what rank did you all get on the leaderboard. Okay, Hana's first now. Wow. Okay. Hamza's in like a 7-question streak. See, it's like one bad question can move you down. Alicia is in like 5th position. Wow, Hamza's in 8-question streak. Amazing. Yep. Wow, man. Hope none of you are cheating or something, but like super good. Glad to see you all. You know what? Let's only see the top 5 now. Hamza's first. Then there's Abdul Rahman, Ahmed, Hana's in 3rd position, Pranit, and Oman. I think all of you are done with the quiz now. I think most of you all. Let's see. Zaki has 1 question left. So does Saiba. Musallam. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. And some of you all didn't do it at all. Why? 8 out of 97. That's good. It's really good. Okay. Yeah, the power-ups do help. Oh, Ibrahim didn't get any power-ups. They help you redo questions and like slow down time so you can think. Pretty interesting. Hey, that's nice. Congratulations, Mohammed. Okay, so Hamza I think he secured the first position in today's class. So good job, Hamza. Congratulations to Abdul Rahman and Ahmed as well. And shout out to Hana for coming third. So Pranit for coming fourth and Oman for coming fifth. Congratulations to all of you all, okay? Oh, Abdul, you got every single one right. Well, then why aren't you first? That's okay, Mohammed. As long as you've learned, okay, you understood. If I just quickly look at this, let's just, I'm going to quickly do this quiz so you all know the right answers. That's okay. As long as you learn, right? So the correct answer to the first one was 2. So there are 2 power sources. I see a split. I mean, I think that's pretty easy, right? It's 2. We'll finish. I finished like within a few minutes now. I'm done with my teaching. Yes, you're very clever, Abdul. I'm just going through the quiz answers. Now, wires used in a breadboard, they're called jumper wires. We spoke about them in the beginning, right? Next, the alligator wires. These are alligator wires, you know. Yeah, there. See, this is steam, Mohammed. So if you're good in math, you can take care of this as well. See, these are alligator wires. They're like the mouth of an alligator. That's why. Third is jumper wires. So jumper wires, all of the above. I see a lot of you all got that right. And most of you all got the jumper wires right as well. LED, light emitting diode, See, this is, I'm guessing a lot of you all chose light emitting device. But yes, light emitting diode. Nasir, I'll tell you about the wires. Wait. This was a trick question. The answer was stepper. We'll talk about this in the next class. Current flows in a closed circuit. Now, when we talk about switches, we'll explain this. A battery is not an output device because it's an input device, right? And a breadboard, I would have talked about this too, but we ran out of time. So yeah, resistor slows the flow of current. Before you all go, 1 second. Mr. Faisal, is it okay if I share a survey for today's class, just so we know what went wrong? Yes, Nasir, I will tell you about the wires. I won't leave it out.
Yes, sure. You can put it in the chat.
Thank you. Okay. Just quickly show Nasir how you get the wires. To get the wire, basically you click on what you want to connect. The wire starts coming out. Then you click to bend it, and you connect it like that. Get it? Nasir, is that clear? How do you get wires? Yep. Making this circuit that you see on the screen, I'd like if all of you all can take a screenshot. This is your homework. You have to get an LED to turn on with a 9-volt battery in Tinkercad. Okay? Everyone got it? What's your homework? How will you, I will, 1 second. These are these are all things we'll be doing in the next class, switches, the Arduino, all of that. There. So these are all of my contact details. You can, if you want to see my projects, you can find me on Facebook, on like Instagram. More of a little older, connect with me on LinkedIn. This is like something to support me. Go fund me in case you really like the class. Completely optional. And after you all do the homework, feel free to email it to me or send it to me on any of these platforms. Okay. Or if you all do it on the app. Do it on tinkercad.com. Okay. And follow me on Instagram to see. I keep posting about the projects that I'm working on or what I'm doing there. So there's a lot of learning out of that. And if you have any questions, put them email. You can ask me right now. You can email it to me. Yeah. Thank you, Yusuf. Follow me on Instagram, guys. And yep. Thank you, Ahmad. I hope you join the entire class. So I hope to see all of you all here next time. Before you all leave, do the survey. Wait. The survey. Copy. It is going to, this is the survey, guys. Oh, to everyone. Well, what's your suggestion? Can you send all your suggestions to me in the survey? So, I know what it is. Thank you, Abdul. Use compliment. Okay. Thank you, Yusuf. Yeah. This is, guys, just call me Rishabh. My name is Rishabh. Call me RJ instead of Mr. or Sir or something. RJ, 17. Yeah. This is the link to the survey again. Yep. Thank you, Abdul. Thank you, Yusuf. Yep. So did all of you all enjoy the class? Did you all learn something new? Okay. then put it in the survey so I come to know, right? Thank you so much. And I recommend you all do the homework so you all learn. It makes sure if you all have any questions, you'll understand. Oh, you all want to know the 1 second. Email it to me. This is my email, or send it anyhow you want to send it to me. Okay? Let's be friends outside of these classes as well. Almost your age. So if you're done with the survey, I'm literally just spamming the chat with it. Then thank you, Reem. Please let me know how you like the class and the survey. The Tinkercad, the website is called. Should I write all of that? You know what? Let me add all of that here. The website for doing your homework is called tinkercad.com. And 1 second. Mr. Faisal, what is your sorry, Abdul, I have to go. Mr. Faisal, what is the code for the Go bubble again? I think it was, so I can just maybe put it on the slide. Yes, Nasser, it's private.
Oh, okay. 1 minute.
So yeah.
So this is the code for the Go bubble. I just send it.
Thank you.
In the chat. Okay. I think Rishabh, this will be confusing because then they will think that this is for Go bubble for the Tinkercad. So if you just put it separate, okay. Like Go bubble, I'll also put the link to Go bubble. Can you put it there as well?
Okay. If you can give it to me in the chat, I will put it here.
Yeah.
Abdul, you can stay and ask me questions. You can reach out. You know what? Reach out to me on any of these social media channels if you have any questions. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Abdullah. Oh, thank you, Abdullah.
Okay. So okay, I'm just sending now the.
Okay, all of you are going to be there next. You'll be there next Saturday, right? That's the link. One second. Oh, wait. Come. 1 second. Don't take.
Rishabh.
Yes, sir.
For Tinkercad, can we make a class there and give them code instead of that just they go and open separately?
Okay, let's do that then. So can we email them the code so I'll set it up today and then I can send it to you and then maybe we can email it to them.
I did not design the Tinkercad class yet.
No, I'll make it. I'll make the class today,
yeah.
And then we can email it to them.
Yes, I have all their emails, so I can send it to their emails.
Okay, thank you, sir. So how about this? We'll set it up, and so all of y'all just join the class so I can see what y'all are up to and you can see all of your homework there itself. Okay. Right now you can use Go Bubble. The font is kind of small. Let's make this bigger. Okay. Yeah, if you learn about Steam, you can build your own stuff and you can learn, use this for in many professions, because every occupation right now needs you to have STEM skills. It's not just whether you want to be a doctor or like an engineer. There's so much you can do with Steam, right? So if you're done with the survey, and I'm going to send this link again. Was it? Yes, Masalama. You all can leave. If you're done with the survey, please do the survey and do the homework. Send it to me send by email or something. If you can figure out Go Bubble, then and if I figure it out, then we can see it there as well. Okay.
Yeah, Rishabh, just give me the let me share the Go Bubble just very quickly for them. Okay. So if you go to Go Bubble, okay, it's very quick. If you would like to go to Go Bubble, if you go and if you register, then you will see my school, and then go for Offset International with this logo. If you see this logo, just click in. Here you will find some of your friends already are putting things here. So See, like we have Ahmed Rotab is already, and Hassan,
Done.
everybody.
Wow.
So you can come here and, not just put about, the the homework, but you also could chat, get to know, put your work, put your question and everything here in GoBubble here. Okay. It's very easy. It's very easy. So you can attach image, you can, add video, link or anything, and you could just type in. It's just like you're doing on Instagram or Twitter, whatever. So yeah, so go ahead. Just you can put your, here, and we will also share the links, and the video recording will be also as well here.
Yep. So yeah, if you want to follow the classes, use GoBubble. So put up, it's simple. All of you can put your homework in GoBubble. And you know what? If you follow, I'll post a picture of the homework on GoBubble as well. Okay. I haven't, there's no Tinkercad code just yet. Let me see if I can make it. How long would it take? You'll receive an email with the Tinkercad code. Okay. Email with the Tinkercad code.
There's a question, Ishab, about do they have to pay for Tinkercad? Ihsan is asking.
No, Tinkercad is completely free. That's the best part about Tinkercad. It's free. 1 second. So I think the Tinkercad classroom is glitching. I mean, it's not exactly working. So it's better if we email the link to them. And right now we can, communicate using email or like GoBubble, because we all have that working, and you can post your homework there. Right? Next time we'll all create a class and join a class. Yeah. Okay, guys. So if you all are done with this survey, you all can feel free to leave the class. If you all have any questions, ask me right now. Bye, Yusuf. Code for GoBubble is 774513. Yeah, my contact. Sure thing. There. Thank you, Hind. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you, Oman. Mr. Faisal, I think there's a question about GoBubble. They're saying there's no grade 10 in GoBubble, so they cannot select the grade.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Even if they select grade 9, even if they are higher, it's fine. We will sort this out later.
Okay, fine. So, guys, whatever grade you'll have grade 9 selected. Okay. Thank you, Abdullah. Thank you for the blessings. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you, Isan. Thank you, Jafar. Thank you, Mohammed. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I'll post a picture. Just join GoBubble and I'll post a picture of what the homework needs to be done there. To do the Steam homework, you have to use tinkercad.com. I'll put the class code there as well. Okay, so all of you can get it.
And also in GoBubble, please reflect, like, go there and tell us what you have learned. And if you feel this is really useful, please, send us in GoBubble. Okay. Muhammad Taha, I think you need to see the slide. The code is beside the slide. The link 774513. It's there.
Yeah.
Take care, everybody. Goodbye, and I hope to see you next Saturday. Otherwise, if there is any program between that time, we will send that in GoBubble and also to your emails to join. So we might have some short classes on different things like design, multimedia, VR and AR, coding and everything. Okay, take care, please,
Okay.
and have fun.
Take care, all of you. No, nice to have you on board. Hope you'll enjoy the class. And bye, all of you. Bye. And bye, San. Bye, Hashim. Bye, Alicia. Okay. I hope you like it, Aslim. No, I'll put it on GoBubble. Join GoBubble to see the code for Tinkercad. Okay? GoBubble, join, get code for Tinkercad. Bye, bye, Hussein. Bye, Hassan. Bye, Yusuf. Bye, Ahmed. Bye, Ahmed. Thank you, Mohammed Adil. Sir, is the registration still available? One of the students wants to know if they can still register for other students.
Yes.
Okay.
But depends. Like if they are international students, if they're international students, if they go to the link that they've said, they got, they will see that the link is closed, but they will see alternative link there. So just they use that Zoom link to register better.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So basically, I think Mohammed, you had the question. The link that you receive for this, if you're an international student, then okay, thank you for the applause, guys. Then the link is closed, but there's an alternate link under that which you can follow to register directly on Zoom. Okay.
Yeah, but if Muhammad is from Oman, I think Muhammad already has the right link. So people like student from Oman, they have the direct link, so they could use that one. International student, you will find that direct link when you will click on the registration form. It will show you. You just copy and paste it, on a web browser. But student from Oman, you have the link. It's the same link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ciao, Nuha. Bye, Yusuf. Wait. Thank you, Yusuf. Thank you, Ahmed. Bye, Rashdi. Thank you, Ahmed. Goodbye, Suhaila. Thank you for the blessings, Abdullah.
Rishabh, just stop the recording.
Yeah, okay. Yes, 1 second.